Welcome back to Art and Craft Therapy. My name is Deirdre. I'm happy to have you. Thanks for watching today. Please hit the like and subscribe button. The notification bell lets you know when I go live and or when I post a new video. So welcome. I'm getting smart and I'm making playlists, and I'm titling them in a way where I can just jump right into it and find what I need and want. Before, I just had a long list of 400 videos, and no way am I going to sit and try to find what I need. So for instance, if I want a video about tags that I've made, I'll make a playlist with tags. So I'd rather have, like, pardon me, I'd rather have 20 videos with, or 20 playlists with 20 videos in them, and they're properly titled. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm going to try to do. And I think that'll make things more manageable for me in the future. All right, today we're going to talk about punches with different designs. I call these levers. Here, make sure I'm in the shot. Different levers, different purposes. There we go. Here you can see the bottom is open, so you can see exactly what you're punching. That's a corner punch. I don't think I said corner punch in the last video when I was sharing with you. You remember the blue punch? This? It's a corner punch. So we already went over that. So just put that to the side. This is a corner punch. I bought this because it harkens back to the days when people would put a photo in a scrapbook and it had corners on it. So let's grab my piece of paper that I want to use to demonstrate. There's your corner. Now I'm on camera, so this is a bit tricky. You slide that in, you punch, let go, and as you can see, there I am. It made a corner punch. See that? Sorry, my light is being weird right now. See it? And then you take, this is a teeny tiny picture, but just so you can get the gist. I thought that is adorable. I'm going to use that over and over and over again. Isn't that cool? So that's a corner punch. So as I go along, I'll be moving things off the table. Yes, you're going to get little, leftovers. This is, I guess I should be fair and say what companies they are. Can you see it on the end here? If you cannot see that, that's EK Success. I have no idea when I purchased that. All right, this is, oops, goodness, I'm sorry. Recollections, and it's a flower punch. Okay, so you got the inches and the centimeters. You'll see this a lot because I'm going to be making a fairy garden harvest mini album. So you'll see lots of different flowers. Okay. You can use the negative as well. You can use the negative in some of your designs. I'm just going over each punch and what it does. I believe this is the Paper Studio. Here. See the little baby butterfly? Isn't that cute? Again, the Paper Studios. I don't know what's wrong with my lighting. Okay, so we're going to punch. I like to turn them upside down like this so I can see it when it pops out. See? Oops. Here she is. Right on my finger. Yeah. Teeny tiny. Okay, those are tiny. I like to store, after I punch things, let me fix this lighting. It's going to drive me nuts. So, there we go. That's much better. See all the little butterflies in there? I've got white butterflies. I've got a green. I started off green butterfly. Let me take this big old piece of paper away. So I got the green one. And again, here are the white ones I'm going to be collecting. Every once in a while, if I'm having just a relaxing day. Again, I art and craft every day. Again, it's part of my existence. And I do something every day. Even if I just punch out, 10 flowers. Or, where did the little butterfly go? Here we go. Here she is. Or if I punch out, here she is. Can you see her? Yeah. If I punch out 20 of those, that's my art and craft therapy for that day. And I feel accomplished. I feel I did something today. Okay? And again, I got to work on some green ones. I started doing that. I went, oh, the paper's kind of plain. Maybe in the future I'll find a prettier green pattern paper. There's some fairy dust in there. And this is just an example of pattern paper. I'm not going to be able to get any closer than that. And you can see the little butterflies in there. That's for a special project that I'm working on. All right, that's another. You can use, and you can also have a different take on a punch. For instance, and then this opens up. It's going to pop out. I hope. My camera, so it probably won't. There we go. You can use it. You can have a different take on. Let me put it. There we go. On a stamp. This can be a star, a flower. Here's my little butterfly. This can still be a star. Okay. Obviously, that's a baby butterfly. This can be a star as well. Okay, so that's that. What's next? These I have that stamp. I'm not going to bring it out. It's a stamp. Punch. Goodness gracious. I punched it and I stamped it. So I think we went over a little of that in the last video, but I wanted to share with you, I did punch those. So if you're planning a wedding, or you make jellies and jams, or for Christmas is coming up and you want to make vintage Christmas tags. Not cute. I had to take one of my lamps down. I told you I'm packing, so it's getting a little dicey. I thought this was cute. I'm going to make a jar for my pearls. So, see, the whole seahorse did not fit on there, so I made a design. I put his tail at the top. Not cute? Okay. You get the gist. Again, be adventurous. If you don't like it, turn it over and print something else. Okay, so that's a combination of everything we've discussed. We've discussed paper punching, stamping, and coffee and tea dyeing. So you're in the game now. Again, here is when you'll see me in the future when I ink the edges. These are the tools. I just wanted to show you. We've got our ink, we've got our stamper, and I know I mentioned it before in my black, there we go, in my black ink pad. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy a new ink pad or if I'm going to buy, you can keep the pad. Let me open it up for you. See how it gets kind of grungy? There you go. But it still works. So the black one, I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. So this is Martha Stewart. I'm sure I'm saying all of them as I go. Yes, I am. Did I say Fiskars? Okay, that was Fiskars. Okay. This is Martha Stewart. This is an edge puncher. Now, I have to be honest, I think she stopped making them. You ladies out there can correct me. I can't find them, so I'm going to cherish the ones that I do have, and I can't find them. I looked on Etsy. I didn't really want or need any other designs. This suited me perfectly, but I can't find them. I don't know. You guys tell me. Did that part of her business go out of business? I don't know. So again, it's not going to be very pretty because I'm trying to do this on camera. As you can see the punch, how it matches there. Now, do you see how this ends here? You basically line it up with the design next to it. Oh, doing this with one hand. Get the gist? Isn't that pretty? And again, what I'm planning to do is I'm going to stamp those, and then I'm going to add flowers, and that'll bring dimension to the whole project. Okay, cool. As you can see, as I'm stamping, I use a white sheet of paper and I stamp, stamp, stamp. The parts that I don't want on comes on the paper. Okay, there we go. All right, sorry. This video is kind of, definitely I feel like I'm working on this video because I'm not really thinking about the production of it. I'm thinking about the designing of the thing. Okay, so what's next? We've done some stamping before, so we already know what that's about. Here is an example. I wanted to share this with you because remember I told you that I just stamp, 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 and then you punch, punch, punch. And I turn it around so I can see what I'm punching. Okay. After you punch that one out, snip, you can do the next one. I don't know if you can see, on this one came out perfect. This one came out perfect. For some reason, I stamped this and I wiggled it, and I knew it was going to have that double. Here you go. See how it's kind of doubled there? But that's kind of neat. But that's not what I wanted, because you remember my project that I talked about before with the spools? So that's not going to work for me with that. So let's go ahead and punch these out. That's one. That's two. Okay. I'm going to save this one for another project. Okay. But not this one, because that's not going to look too cute if it's fuzzy. I buy these bags at my little Dollar Tree. They're called portion bags. So you'll see me stashing things in here. They're for snacks, but I like to store my projects. And I have a box. Again, I don't necessarily, I'll get to the point where when I make something, I make it from cradle to grave. I like doing it piece by piece by piece. So I have my 2 spools in here. 1, 2. And these are my 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Top and bottoms. And put that in the bag and save it for when I'm ready to work on it. And I seal it up. I do have to coffee dye these some more. These were coffee dyed, but they were just splashed. I want them a little browner than that, a little more vintage. So I'm going to put that in my coffee dye stash. Okay, so we went over that stamp already. We can put the coffee ink away because we've talked about that. Now, remember I told you I don't clean my stamps. You know, I use them, stamp, stamp, and then turn it over, and then I dab it, dab, 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 until I use them. I kind of leave them there, let it air dry, and then I store it away, right? Well, before I dab them, I stamped, stamp. That way I got to use every ounce of ink on there. And I'm going to use that on a project. Cool? So let's go ahead, turn it up towards me. Okay. That away. So these are ready to get used on a project. Okay. Here, let me turn that a little better. Okay. So let's put that aside. So we've made 2 flowers or a star. Let's call this a flower, a star, baby butterfly, and we have 2 circle punched embellishments. Okay, it's kind of my trash pile, sorry. All right, so this stamp is by Marvy. I'm not sure where I bought it, but I love it. You'll see this a lot at the end of some videos, because when I have scraps left over, I keep them. You can see a heart. I stamped the heart out of there. Now, I'll probably never use that in any type of project because it's odd shaped. I guess I could use that word "you," but for the sake of this video, I turned it over and you can see the constellations. So I have a puzzle piece stamp. Now, all the stamps come with this plastic cover. I take that out because it's kind of in my way, to be honest with you. I save them, but I just take it out. So see that little tiny space? Whoops! There we go. Okay, I'll try to catch it. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Now all of them aren't going to come out perfectly, but it's okay. It's a puzzle piece. Don't stress. So, as you can see, this was one side. See if I can pick that up. See, that's one side of it. And here's the constellation side. I'm having a hard time today. Here we go. Now over time, I just add it in. So I'll sit in front of the TV watching my favorite show with all my scraps, making puzzle pieces. And these are cute little elements in your scrapbook design, scrapbook paper designs. I don't do a lot of scrapbooking, but I'm gonna get into it. I really am, because I love scrapbooking. I'm kind of ready for that phase, so you'll see that in future. So little tea tin, I kept it, and I dump them all in there, and you'll see them in there, and that's where I keep them, and I keep it on my table. So we already did the circle punch. This is Recollections. We did that. I showed you this. There's the ink. Get that out of our way. Put that here. Okay, now what's next? What's next? I showed you these. I just put that. I didn't put that in a plastic bag because I'm ready to use those for a project. This, again, the little plastics, I just put it in the bottom of my punch box. And I think that's it. Again, we're going to be working on the Wild and Free paper pad. I'm trying to find out how to store, I love that image, how to store my little pieces. As you can see, I have a bunch. Ooh, there we go. I have a bunch of odds and ends. So make yourself some flowers, some butterflies, stars, some tags out of all your old, let's see, made circles out of there. Here's an image of some butterflies. Cute, right? This can be some butterflies. There we go. Flowers. Keep all your scraps. Keep them in a little bag. You know, bend it over. Design. This is going to go in front of the bag. You'll see it when I finish with it. And keep everything nice and organized. That way, when you want to make some puzzle pieces, you have your little bag. When you want to make some tags, you have your little bag. Or if you want to tear off a piece and you want to add it to a tag, you have your bag. You have everything organized. And that's it. I just wanted to share with you some different punches and what I plan to make with them. Punches are pretty affordable. Again, just like when you go out on your browsing trips, kind of decide, you know, pick a theme. Say, okay, garden. And stick to that theme until you get all the visual elements that you're going to use in that design. You know, pick a theme. Life, growth. Growth, garden, life. We all know we have puzzles in life to solve. So that's kind of how I go about things. I don't go willy-nilly and buy a a punch of a dog, or punch of an umbrella, or punch of a shoe. You know, it has to make sense to me why I'm purchasing something. So you'll see this. Again, you can make this a star, a starry night. You know, we have these embellishments so that can go on the top of that. Starry night. You know, life is a puzzle. You know, so that's why I make my little puzzle pieces as I go. And our garden, fairy garden journal that's coming up. I love flowers anyway. I grew up in my dad's rose garden and my mother's vegetable garden. So that's just normal for me to go to for these motifs and these themes and these ideas. So, you know, when you have a tea party, a beautiful little tea party out in the garden, or you have a bouquet of flowers on the table when you're having the tea party. You know, kind of make it make sense, make it come together. And you'll see that in the journal that I make for that thing, fairy garden thing. And I wanted to share with you my little fairy. She's been back there chilling. She's my inspiration. I am a complete full-blown adult. Proud to start embarking on being a senior citizen adult. But no one will ever tell me that I cannot play anymore. No, I rebuke that. So have little things out while you're designing that inspire you. There she is holding her little lamp for me. I do need an extra lamp. Had to pack away my floor lamp that was giving me my backlighting, so that's why it's kind of dark in this area. But I still wanted to make this little video to share with you punches. So again, when I show my completed project and you see a punch that shape, you don't have to wonder, well, how did she do that? Or where did she buy that? That was a part of I have to admit, that was the part of my frustration when I started watching a lot of the videos. Because I was like, wait. They would turn the page so fast and I would have to go back and see. But then until I found someone actually putting the punches on the table and telling me how they made that flower, then I went, oh, that's how my brain works. So that's how I wanted to approach this. I wanted to share the punches with you. We've already talked about the paper, the stamping, and the designing. Okay? And I just wanted to show you the tools and the instruments that we use to achieve that. Now, I have a browsing assignment. Again, that's how I get my exercise. I don't do the gym anymore. I love walking and stretching and doing yoga at home, but I don't necessarily get out that much. So that's part of my exercise when I'm out browsing. That's my excuse for going into stores that I would never go into, but go in. You're there to browse. You're there to get inspiration. You're there to, get inspired by something and take a picture of it. We have our cell phones. I have it over here charging. This is our camera. Go out there in public because some designer got paid to design a display. Look at perfume bottles. Some designer got paid to design this. Again, I'm always plugging, folks. I am not sponsored by any of these companies, but I love them. They're part of my life. When I go out and buy my lotion, I go to Bath and Body Works, obviously. If anyone ever wants to sponsor me, please feel free. But anyway, I brought this out to prove to you someone got paid to design this packaging. Absolutely. See the sparkles? So when we use sparkles, don't laugh at us, because look, there's sparkles in there, right? Someone got paid to design that packaging. And this is all what we're doing, folks, in our crafts. We're designing. These are our tools. So when you sit down and you say, oh, your favorite aunt or cousin or friend has a birthday coming up, and you want to design a bag, you can use these elements to achieve that. Okay? So go out, experiment. Your browsing assignment is, and I'll share with you on a video in a future, go to Hallmark, the dollar store, the grocery store, any place that sells greeting cards. And I'm not a betting woman, but comment down below and tell me, did you find this element? Did you find that element? Did you find this element? Did you find that element? Did you find a teacup at the bottom of a greeting card? Did you see handwriting? I guarantee you the answer is going to be yes. There are little tricks and rules to the trade, but you're going to find all of these elements out there, and you can design just like they do. And the point of the word craft means you made it with your two hands. I made this. Yes, it's very easy to go out to a store and buy a card, and that's fine. But if I've inspired you, or if anyone else has ever inspired you to make something, go for it. I'm going to make some Halloween cards, some Thanksgiving cards, and some Christmas cards. And when I make cards, I only make like 5 each because I don't want a bunch of them. I'll put 2 on Etsy, I'll give 2 away, and I'll keep 1 for myself. Remember, ladies and gents, treat yourself first. I'm going to say that again. Let that sink in. Take a sip of tea. Treat yourself first. Let's take this tin. I went into the store maybe 15 years ago. I was standing in line. I always leave tags on because that's cute to me. But I don't remember the price. But anyway, I purchased it. Of course, the tea's gone, but the tin is still here being reused for something else. And it still gives me pleasure. You know? There's a flower back there. Oh, doesn't that look familiar? See? There's a daisy. There's a circle. Okay, daisy, circle, and there's words there. Here's a circle. So the next time you wrap up a box, you get your circle punch, and you get that, put that there, and you have inspiration is everywhere. And I think I told you I'm working on a project with my own handwriting. Yes, some people don't like their own handwriting, but I can remember looking at my mom's handwriting growing up saying, oh, it's so pretty. I started sitting down practicing my cursive, and eventually it got pretty. I don't do it much if I'm signing something in a business setting, I just scribble it out. But for my scrapbooking, I told you I'm working on my handwriting, and I'm working on taking pieces. I got a book of poems. Let me find it. Got a book of poems from my library. It's called The Best Poems of All Times. Look at that color. Verses to move you, lines you'll love, from old favorites to modern classics. Okay? Leslie Pockle. And I go through, open it up, read it, and I find one or two lines. Okay? And I handwrite it. And I'm not going to actually use this in the project. It's just that I'm going to handwrite it. I sit down in a quiet space when I'm calm and relaxed, and I write out one of the verses that really struck my heart. Let silence be my eloquence. So if you're going to write something that you want someone to read 100 years from now in your handwriting, how precious is that? I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for liking and watching and taking the time to view. I'm so happy you're here. Once again, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Let me know what you think. Share with me some of your beautiful thoughts. Share with me some of your inspiration, some of your ideas. Go on your browsing assignment, because it's good exercise, and let me know if you found any elements. Even if you've just started and you don't have any of these punches, let me know if you found some of these elements in some of those greeting cards that a designer, greeting cards or packaging that a designer got paid to design with. I know you will. I'm not being facetious, but I'm just saying, use this for inspiration the next time you sit down, because I hear a lot of people go, I don't know where to start. Well, get inspired. First, you're going to put the flower, then you're going to paper punch a flower. Boom. And I guarantee you, while you're designing, an idea is going to pop in your head. And you're going to say, I can't wait to show Deirdre my idea. Because she said that it's going to pop in my head, and it happened. Okay? I failed to mention in my last video that I also have an Instagram account. So there, if you tag Art and Craft Therapy, I promise you I will share it on my page. Okay? And again, I'm going to get better at listing where you can find me on all the social media sites and all that good stuff. But I want to see what you come up with. And when I do my video on when I visit, I'm going to visit a antique store, a Goodwill / Salvation Army store, and a couple of browsing trips. I'll probably do like I suggested you do today. I love going to look at cards. I go every holiday season just to get inspiration, and then I come back to my table and I play. And you can do it too. Thanks for watching. I so appreciate you. Thank you to everyone that leaves comments. Thank you for taking the time out of your day and joining me here at Art and Craft Therapy. Yes, please let me know what you think. Give me your ideas, inspiration, your comments. And I appreciate you coming. Stop by next time I post a video. Best regards. Goodbye.